Hey everybody, it's Patrick, your wine guy from Locals Tasting Room, enjoying a nice afternoon outside here in the gardens of Catelli's restaurant. But you know what? It's never too relaxed to talk to you a little bit more about what's going on in the glass, because welcome to wine school. Ta-da! We're going to talk today about, what do we say? Oh yeah, malolactic fermentation. So first of all, you've probably heard this a number of times, right? ML, Malo, malolactic, when people are wine geeking and talking about the wines. Technically, it's not really a fermentation. We call it that because it's just an easier way of expressing it. It's a conversion. So what happens? Well, basically your wine grape, you got your basic grape, right? Full of sugar and acid. That acid that you're tasting is like, think of like a Granny Smith or a pippin apple. You're looking at really bright malic acid. Now in the air all around us and everywhere, and don't be afraid, but there's bacteria. And specifically the lactobacillus. That's what gives us sourdough bread and yogurt and wonderful things like kimchi and sauerkraut, all those fermentations, your kombucha. That is your lactobacillus bacteria. So that bacteria comes into your wine, munch, 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 converts that malic acid into lactic acid. Oh, what does that sound like to you? Lactic acid, right? Smooth, soft creaminess. So malolactic fermentation, that conversion, all red wines, great red wines, go through a full malolactic. It's funny because we usually think of Chardonnay, right? What makes a buttery, creamy Chardonnay? Malolactic. But we try to get all wines to go through it, especially your reds. There are some wines that we want to arrest that fermentation. We want to keep it from going through ML, and there are a couple of different processes that can happen for that. So what we're looking at here is the malolactic fermentation in a red wine going through. Makes it really smooth and soft. The conversion in a white wine sometimes will be arrested because they want to keep that acid. They want to make it bright and shiny and juicy. So think of a Sauvignon Blanc, think of an Albarino, think of a tank fermented Chardonnay that has just bright shiny acids. Those are malolactic fermentation that has not been allowed to complete, and you will have those. But your Chardonnays that are all big and yummy and buttery, a nice Rhone white that's soft and round, and all of your reds that are velvety in the mouth, that's malolactic fermentation. Now you know. So Patrick, your wine guy here at Locals Tasting Room Wine School.